So it is just past midnight, and got an alert on my phone that there's a severe thunderstorm warning. So they were right. There's definitely a thunderstorm. The whole truck has been rocking back and forth. So I am parked in a parking lot. I'm quite near some trees though. That is the only thing that I'm worried about. It just sounds... oof. Yeah. It's a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. This is the current view. I've got the rear view going. I've got the front view going. Just so I can see what's going on. It doesn't look as bad on here, but I can see the waves of water blowing past. I don't want the level of the water to rise too high. And obviously I don't want the water coming in the truck. I can hear it pouring down my window. Maybe I need to just turn off the electrics. I think I'm going to turn off the electrics. I think that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I think that's what's going to make me feel a little bit better. So it seems to be this corner still leaking. So yeah, this is not fun. This is not romantic. This is, I don't like this. Turn on my lights for a second. Yeah, I disconnected the battery so at the very least the you know, there's nothing going on the circuit. Yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to sleep tonight. Well, fuck, this is going to go for a few hours. So I do not know whether I'm in the best place for it or not. Which way is the water running? This is... well, you can see that. But this is where the little blue dot in the middle. Oof. We got it bad for an hour. Oh my god, there's a fucking dog. It's just a dog wandering around. Oh man, this is heartbreaking. It's just it's just a dog wandering around this parking lot. There he is, you see him. There's a little pup. Oh, he's gonna sit under the truck. Jesus Christ. Oh, this poor little thing. He's just looking for somewhere dry. Yeah, go under the semi. Oh, get shelter, mate. Get some shelter, mate. Go under the truck. Yeah, that's it. Good boy. No, go under. Oh, he wants to go under that truck, but he's not sure about it. Oof. God, that must be so terrifying for him. It's times like this where, to be honest, where I'm like, is this really a good idea? Like, it's all well and good for a little bit when things are nice and the weather's okay and stuff like that, but I mean, if anything happened, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. I actually don't know what I would do. There are tornado warnings on the weather app and stuff, so it's just a weird thing, a weird moment of like, what do I do? Like, if that happens. So yeah, it's definitely definitely one of those less enjoyable moments. If anyone's ever been to Texas, they'll know how bad the storms get. In my experience, this one, I would call it maybe a 6 from my experience. But I also know that the big ones that I've been through can go from a 6 to a 10 in a few minutes, so that is what's bringing my anxiety level up a bit. Is just like, I don't know, I don't have a game plan right now because this is the only shelter I have. I guess the only thing I can do is just wait for it to pass. Okay, I've got a leak in the door. You can see there. So it is now 1:10. Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning is from now until 1:45, and then there's a second one until 5. I am not going to go to bed because it's leaking up there. So I'm gonna lie on my sofa for a couple of hours until the next one comes. It eased up for about 30 seconds and then just immediately went back to the same again. Crazy. I'm gonna get 0 sleep tonight. 0 sleep. If it gets more severe, then I'll need to like go somewhere, I think. There's like a hotel that I can see from here. Maybe I'd go there. It's the only thing I can really think of. I'm so exhausted. So, terrible sleep. Just woke up to move the truck not that far, and as I drove, I heard just like someone threw a bucket of water. And I literally was like, "Please God, don't be inside. Please God, don't be inside." I knew it was inside. What has happened is, I guess, the water that had been slowly dripping through this little crack here had been accumulating within there. And because it had been static, it hadn't moved. And then as soon as I moved, it all just came out. You can see here the water there, the water that's all come there. And then the big pool of water that just landed on the floor all just came out while I was driving. It means that I haven't sealed the gasket properly around the air conditioner, which is crazy. It feels really crazy to me because I did my best to seal that. Like, genuinely, I'm kind of shocked because I put a lot of sealant on it. So I don't know. I don't quite know what's happened. It is what it is. I don't know what to do now, whether to sleep. I really need to sleep. I really need a few more hours. Yeah. So this has been pretty stressful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just trying to like look past my tiredness right now and analyze what it is. So I think that small leak just accumulated all in that, and then as soon as I moved the truck, it all splashed out. The water was already inside my truck. It had just pulled into one place. So I think my plan at this moment is I'm probably gonna try to sleep for another hour or so if I can, then use my heat gun to dry all the stuff out, to dry the air conditioner unit out on the floor and everything. Then I'm probably going to jump onto the roof, and if it's not raining, try and find that leak and patch it up, and then carry on with the rest of my day, which is work. This is how tired I am. I just spoke for about 20 minutes and hadn't been recording. So it is about 9:30. I've been up for about an hour now, had a bit of a nap, gathered my thoughts a little bit, and I disconnected the AC unit. I don't think anything else is wet, so I've reconnected the battery and the inverter, and that is, things are charging right now. But I feel a little bit better now. I've had some sort of sleep. But yeah, it's been a tough week. This has been a tough week. But I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it, and I know I can do it. It's as simple as that, really. So I've just got to do it. Okay, so it's at least drying out. They gave 3 pieces of sponge to seal stop the hot air from sort of mixing with the cold air. That sponge is the stuff that's like, it's soaked. I've just had to pull it out. Well, I pulled one of them out. Like it's soaking wet. The thing that I'm trying to figure out is potentially it's too far forward, because I can see light coming through here, which says to me that it's not quite aligned to the gasket, so maybe it needs to move like an inch in this direction, and that means that the rain that has been coming in, dripping underneath and then falling down, potentially that could be it. So basically I think that there's a chance that the rain has been basically bypassing the gasket. So that's one issue. The other issue could be that the gasket's just not sealed fully, which is surprising because I was pretty liberal with putting the sealant on, but maybe I wasn't as liberal as I thought. The fact that I can see daylight on this side is a big is a big red flag. The other thing that it could be is that the leveling, they gave you some foam to like level it out. The leveling foam could be too tall, which is why I can see daylight through there, because it's lifting it above the gasket, which means that water is coming in. So there are the 3 things that I'm thinking of. They're the 3 things that I'm definitely gonna address. Spoiler alert, it was all 3 of these things. So I think probably what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to go through all 3 with a fine-tooth comb, the 3 things that I mentioned, and I'm going to take a look at all of them when I get back to the storage, and I will address them regardless. I think in looking at it, we can see a gap there at the top, but I don't know whether it's just that gap or whether it's more. Okay, so just move this back. I'm gonna go inside and see how much that covers the inside. I feel like it should. Okay, so there's still definitely going through there. I feel like the whole gasket may have to move. Maybe that gasket is bent a little bit and I can move it forward to tighten that seal up. But this side here, I can see air gaps through there, so that doesn't feel good. Oh man, it's pulling inside. Okay, so this makes some sense. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, so basically this wasn't draining. So what we have here is all the water just poured out from the main unit downwards, through out of here. You can see all the water pulling down through here as well. So now I can see what has happened is the water from outside was coming through here, but because this is so far back, it was just pouring into it. It's as simple as that. So as it was pouring through, it just wasn't draining. Just wasn't draining at all. The gasket hits here, which I think these need to be lower, for sure. So yeah, I basically made this too wide. Cut the leveling block thingy down so there's no gap. I think that's what you're supposed to do with it. But now I can see underneath it there's not much gap there between the gasket and stuff. Okay, I've just sealed. I did it off camera because I didn't have time to mess around, but I've just sealed. I've moved in the gasket. I don't see any light bleed at all, apart from this bit over here. Once you pull that down, it seems to go. So I'm fairly certain that will go. There's none of the drainage holes exposed here, which is important. I've just done the extended these bits to make sure that they fit in with the new position. So I don't want to mess with this right now. So it definitely looks a lot better than it did. I'm just praying that the head unit works. Praying. I mean, look at me, I'm drenched already, so it doesn't really need to rain. Praying. I'm not going to put the trim back up, so it's still probably going to look ugly until I put my own trim in. I'm going to change my shirt again. And then I'm going to come back when that's all dry, and then I'm going to fit it and test it out. Okay? What a day. What a day. So far so good. We have cooldown coming through, which makes me very happy, and we have a very, very messy truck, which is fixable. So right now I'm going to let this place cool down, and then soonish I'm going to have a shower because I need one. I'm not going to lie, today, I don't know whether you could see it on my face, like I was so close to just quitting today. I was so close. Like I felt those thoughts strongly. It's just, for me, it's just the hit after the hit after the hit. I'm already burnt out and I need some breathing room. Like I need some breathing room. I've got so much going on with the business. I've still got 2 really important calls that I've got. Having my entire day taken up with something like this, it's more than just frustrating. Like, especially when it comes to the AC, like it just, I can't function in 100-degree heat. I just can't do it. I just need to catch my breath. And that's very hard right now. Very hard. I think I do a lot of verbal processing. And when it comes to like fixing stuff, like for example, when it came to this install and other things, it's not that I'm totally incompetent. I think it's just that if I just follow instructions, I usually don't do it correctly. But if I understand why you do certain things a certain way, my screw-ups become smaller. It's not that I don't know, it's just that I process things a little differently from most people, which is why this whole project has been so chaotic, is because I've learned through so much failing. And like just now, like, you know, I've learned through failing, I've failed and redone it. I mean, it looks like absolute shit now because there's no trim on it, but at least I can now make my own trim. So yeah, it's just learning. Anyway, I'm going to finish this. Then I'm going to shower and go take my calls. So that is it for now. Thank you for joining me. I'll probably put in some voiceover after the fact so it doesn't sound like so doom and gloom. Thank you for joining me. For now, I'm going to eat this and I'm clocking out.